Listen, everybody needs a fairy godmother, just somebody to look out for them. Some people call me their fairy smoke mother, others their internet big sister, but you can call me Hannah, the host of Smoke Sash. So come hang out, let's light up and talk everything there is to life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the embarrassing. I've got a story for it all. Oh my goodness, hotties of the world, welcome back to another episode of Smoke Sesh. My name is Hannah, your host, and I am going through it. I'm going through it. You guys, I have COVID right now. If you thought I don't work hard for you guys, bitch, I have like 103-degree fever. I'm going on day 5 of COVID. If that's why I sound stuffed up, obviously that's why. I really apologize. I'm suffering quite a bit, but you know what? I couldn't let my girls get up on here and miss out on an episode of Smoke Sesh. I know this is what you guys need to make it through this season, so best believe I was gonna show up. So sorry to my Patreon girlies for not uploading a Patreon episode. I did take time to individually respond to each person's question in text format. In the questionnaire section, you guys know where to find that. So I did still respond. If you're looking to see what I had to say, go check out that text thread. I promise it's there. Thank you for being patient, kind, and understanding with me. But yes, I had to get on here for our usual Tuesday episode. I have to keep it going. I really only take off if I am quite honestly, truly suffering or like out of my house. I think the last time I took off was for my girls' trip where I was just gone on vacation. So I really apologize if maybe this episode is a little bit more silly or chaotic or calmer than usual. I unfortunately will not be smoking this episode because my throat feels like a Sahara desert. While also simultaneously feeling like there's cobwebs in it for some reason. I don't know. COVID is crazy. Really was not expecting to get this. I woke up on last Wednesday and I had a little tickle in the back of my throat, but it was finally getting cold here. It dropped down to 30 degrees. It's finally chilling out. It's like, maybe it's just because the air is a little bit drier and 'tis the season. You know what I mean? Thursday, Thanksgiving. I wake up. I have a little bit more of a tickle in my throat, but once again, seasonal things. Maybe it's just a little cold. My mom said she was feeling the same exact way, so I figured no biggie. All my nieces and my nephews were coughing and sneezing, and kids carry so many diseases with them. It's crazy. So I figured maybe I picked up on something that they had. I spent Thanksgiving with my family, which was really good. As good as it possibly could have been. At least with my immediate family, I had a great time. Extended family is always interesting when they're talking about their Catholic habits, and I am holding back my tongue from saying crazy shit back to them. Me and my boyfriend really have a very chill, relaxed relationship. I feel like the relationships in my family, they're very high stress relationships, at least from what I've seen and over the holidays, where it's like, okay, we only get 2 hours at this family's house and then we have to leave and then we have to go to this family's house and spend 2 hours there. We have to split time, and oh my God, that shit is so stressful. If you're in a relationship and you have a stressful holidays, the best thing I can really tell you to do is just focus on yourself and your family. Like me and my boyfriend's holiday celebrations were going on in the same exact time, but I was like, you know what? You go with your family, do your thing, have a good time. I'll go with my family, enjoy time with them separately, and then we'll just get together at the end of the night. Like literally no pressure. And I told that to my sister-in-law, and she was like, her eyes like widened. She's like, you guys are so smart, because I know she feels so much stress over like, especially with kids, and okay, well, we have the kids, so we got to celebrate holidays here one time, and then at this place, oh my God, I can't even imagine the stress that she goes through. Props to her. But yeah, we're a very low stress relationship, so we celebrated separately. I'm sure my very traditional grandmother was a little concerned about that. Yes, grandma, we're together. Okay. He just has a family outside of you. Okay. Anyways, I drank quite a lot Wednesday night because it was just me and my immediate family, but I knew something was up on Thanksgiving where I didn't drink at all. Thanksgiving is like white person's drinking holiday, all right? Everybody's getting drunk as fuck. It's make the holidays a little bit merrier, if one would say it that. And I had like one cocktail or like one glass of wine and nothing else. And by 9 p.m., I was about to like pass out on my mom's couch. So I knew something was up. I knew something was wrong. Came home, immediately passed out, went to bed, didn't even eat any Thanksgiving leftovers. I did upload that Thanksgiving leftover sandwich video. That slapped. I made that before, though, out of extra stuff I had around the house that I was prepping. Oh my God, that was so, so good. Whoever thought to put like mashed potatoes and stuffing and gravy on a sandwich, yeah, game changer. Probably the craziest thing I've ever made, but honestly, so fantastic. I woke up Friday morning after Thanksgiving to my phone like blowing up from text messages, and it was my mom who was sending me her positive COVID results. Yeah, so as soon as I received that, I was like, fuck. I know that is exactly what's going on in my life. I know that's exactly what I have. So immediately I'm like, please, boyfriend, get me a COVID test. He brings it to me. I immediately take it. Yup. Hard ass. Double red lines. I was like, you know what? I should have seen this coming. So I had to call in from work on Friday. And I thought by now I'd be better. I thought, so I started feeling bad Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I tested positive. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I should be feeling better. No. Luckily, well, maybe not luckily. I guess luckily in my case, because I've had COVID before and it was like my joints hurt. Like I was seething and rolling around in pain in bed, 150 fucking degree fever. The worst part was like my joints hurt. Like it hurt to move. I couldn't get water down. I had a cough. Luckily this time I only have a little bit of drainage and a little bit of like a fever. It's still a high fever, but nothing I can't manage, as well as just my body being tired from fighting off this infection. So that's what I'm dealing with, and I'm still having symptoms, so I'm sure I'm going to miss a bit of work this week, but I would like to say I'm feeling a little bit better. The first couple days, I slept for 24 hours straight. Honestly, when you're sick, that really is the best thing you can do, is just like knock yourself out if possible. Also, I promise I'm wearing pants. It definitely doesn't look like it, but they're boy shorts. I know I'm really feeling bad when I can't even get coffee down in my system because like honestly that's all I function off of. So Friday morning I woke up, I attempted to have some coffee, that wasn't working. I also know I'm really down bad when I can actually take a nap, because with my ADHD brain it takes like effort for me to attempt to even fall asleep in the middle of the day. Honestly, it takes effort for me to even attempt to fall asleep at night. So when I can take like a long nap in the middle of the day, I know I'm fucked up, like majorly fucked up. Friday, I woke up, I immediately took another 4-hour nap from like 11 to whatever the math is. I woke up in the afternoon. I was awake until my boyfriend came home. And then that night, I fell asleep at like 8:30 after eating dinner. Slept until 11 the next day. Woke up for an hour. Went back to bed for 5 hours. And then was up for the evening. Went to bed at a decent time that evening. But I slept so much. Honestly, I was up for maybe 5 hours during the day. And that really is the best thing you can do for yourself if you're having just a hard time. Your body is putting so much work and effort into fighting the infection that if you can just like take time to let it do its thing, especially while you're asleep so you're not preconceived with other things, it really helps you fight the illness so much faster. Hot tea is also my best friend. If it was up to the Russian side of my family, they would be like, you need to eat a whole clove of garlic and then you eat like half a lemon and then you rub vodka on your chest and the bottom of your feet. Well, I didn't have any of that, so unfortunately I was out of luck, but I did have some hot tea and honey. That's the best kind of concoction you can have. As well as, if I was feeling it and I had the money, I would have ordered pho directly to my house because it is genuinely so healing. But I had leftover ingredients from my red curry wonton soup recipe. If you want that, it's on Instagram. So I made that as well as just packet ramen, and that's basically all I lived off of. And just the high density of the salt and the hot liquids and a little bit of carbs as well. It is so good for your body as well as your throat, especially if you have a sore throat. They tell you gargle salt water. Fuck that shit. I'm gonna vomit everywhere. I might as well just eat a pack of high sodium ramen, as well as just chugging water, staying hydrated. That's really all you can do. Take time to rest and enjoy. Hi, Danger. Do you have something to say? For my visual listeners, this is my cat, Danger. He is a old man tuxedo cat. He's 13, but he's kept me company this entire time. So shout out to him, honestly. This is his like playtime right now. So he's like, girl, what the fuck is going on? I haven't had a lot of time to play with him, so he's a little crazy. We'll get into that in a second. But he's been so sweet, just cuddling with me and helping me feel better as well. So yeah, my week started with a crazy canker sore, moved into COVID, and then 2 days ago, I was playing with my cat and he like ran around a corner, like wanting me to chase him, and I like reached out to go grab him, and I heard this like pop, this like high-pitched pop noise, and this extreme pain in my finger. And I have acrylics, as you guys know. Well, not acrylics, Gel X. It's the better version. Shout out to Miss Meg, Nails by Meg So on Instagram. Listen, occasionally you're going to knock a nail off. You're going to peel it back. It is some of the most pain I've ever felt in my entire life. It's the same as if you like stub a toe. It sucks. The girlies who have acrylics, they get it. Well, I look back and it's completely peeled back and I'm like, oh, well, I'll just rip it off the rest of the way. No, my entire nail bed had popped off. Not the acrylic. The acrylic was still attached to the nail bed. I don't know if she was using super glue on my nails or something. My entire nail bed popped off. It was still attached to the bottom, so I then had to attempt to remove the acrylic from my nail in extreme pain, and then I just kind of laid the nail bed back down. My finger looks rotted. We had a nail appointment on Thursday, and I was like, girl, I think it's just generally a hazard for me to come in at this point, like a health hazard, so let's cancel and I'll come to my next one. I'll give my nails just like a month to breathe. But I'm really hoping it just decides to surgically attach back to itself. I don't really know if that's how nail beds work. I'm kind of just hoping for the best here, hoping and praying. But yeah, it's like oozing. Sorry, TMI, it's disgusting. I couldn't sleep that night because it was just like throbbing. I'm surprised it didn't hurt that much at first. It just felt like a normal nail popping off. But oh my God, afterwards, it is just like the most pain ever. Like I can barely bend it. It's swollen to the size of like my thumb. It's crazy. I didn't realize I could get hurt like this. I mean, I did, but I don't know. Maybe I thought I was an exception to the rules or something. So yeah, I'm sick, I'm tired, I'm going through it. And from what I've seen from the Patreon girlies online, it sounds like a lot of you guys are going through it. That's probably because we're in a Mercury retrograde right now. Yeah, I know. Another one. I'm so sorry. You guys are probably like, bitch, like, what the fuck do you mean another Mercury retrograde? We usually have 2 or 3 a year. So it is a chaotic astrological energy that we are used to. I don't think it's something you need to necessarily be afraid of or worried about, because it is something that we experience quite often and we know how to handle naturally. Mercury is the sign of communication, transportation, intellect, things like that. So you can experience disruptions in getting to work, any sort of transportation, technology, interpersonal communications with yourself, with other people, just feeling like your mind is a little bit clouded and misjudged right now, because also it's going through the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is very open-minded, big picture focused, and Mercury is very detailed, organized. So they don't really feel great together, okay? They're kind of in detriment together. So due to this, we might experience lapse of judgment, forgetting important details, and overall disorient. Clarity is definitely going out the windows, so just hold on tight and do your best. If you want to know specifically where it's going to affect you, look at where Sagittarius is in your chart. Specifically, if you have a Sagittarius rising or moon, you're going to be most affected, as well as Virgo and Gemini placements, because they are ruled by Mercury. Oh, I love being a Gemini. So yeah, best believe I'm feeling the disorient. I'm feeling the confusion. I am not feeling clarity right now. I am feeling, I don't even know what I'm feeling. And that says a lot in itself, because best believe I usually have a lot to fucking say. So yeah, during this time, all you can do is your best. That's what I've been telling myself, especially being post-holidays and wanting to get back into routine, wanting to get to work and actually make money so I can celebrate the holidays, wanting to actually get up and do my fucking dishes and do my laundry. Sometimes we gotta roll with the fucking punches and do the best that we can. Life's not always gonna work out exactly how we fucking want it. It's not always going to be perfect, cookie cutter. Oh my god, everything's aligning for me. I mean, shit, if it is, you must be the chosen bitch, and I'm very jealous, I will say. But for the rest of us normal girlies, it's not always going to be perfect, amazing, wonderful all the time. That is just how life is. And if we assume it's going to be, we're gonna have a really hard time when we're down bad. The reason that I'm doing so okay with my canker sore, with my missing nail bed, with my COVID, it's because I kind of just allow myself to feel what I'm feeling in this moment, to say, you know what, this sucks right now. I'm having a hard ass time, but that's not how it's gonna be forever. It is a series of ups and downs. Life is such a roller coaster ride, and sometimes when you're going down, you just gotta secure your seatbelt as tight as you can, throw your hands up in the air, and just ride the wave. So that's what I'm doing at this point. Now, I did say last episode I was going to be dropping merch this week, and I am staying true to that. I'm actually wearing one of the pieces. It is a rhinestone diva baby tee. If you're curious, I'm wearing a small. I used to order always a size down in baby tees, but I feel like these baby tees specifically, they run a little small. So I would order your usual size, or if you don't want it to be super tight, maybe order a size up. These will be available in size extra small to 2XL. They do have stretch to them. They are a mix of like 52% cotton and 48% polyester. I wish I could find 100% cotton t-shirts in this cut, but unfortunately I couldn't. This was the best mixture that I could possibly find. I also think, like, with a little bit of polyester, it does allow for more stretch, and it won't shrink to a tiny little sized item in the washer when you do wash and dry it normally. I love rhinestones. I love bling. So yes, we have our little diva baby tees for all my divas out there. I also will be restocking a limited quantity of the Got Weed rhinestone baby tees. So if you missed out on that drop previously, they will be available. And this is the first time I've ever done this, but I also have mugs. During the season, I drink a lot of hot tea. I drink a lot of hot coffee. I always have a mug in my hand. So I wanted to make something that not only I could use, but you guys could use as well. It says, "It's a tough job being a sexy bitch, but somebody has to do it," with little pink fairies all over it. And if you're an audio listener curious in what these look like, I did post a little, inspo post on Instagram just showcasing these items. I have more things I'm planning and more things that will drop. So if you're not interested, to each their own. I don't pressure you guys into doing anything. I'm not like, you need these things right now. But if you do want to support and you do want some merch, come shop smokesashshoddy.com. I actually collect mugs. I collect fun, silly mugs, so I felt like I just had to make one. You know what I mean? Why must a pretty girl like me suffer? My God. Anyways, that's all I really have to catch up with you guys. I hope you survive the holidays. I hope you're doing well. If you're sick, make sure you get lots of rest, hydration, get some ramen in your system, maybe some pho, and just take your time, okay? It really does take time to get back to normal, so don't rush it. How do I tackle burnout when I have no opportunity for a break? Finals right now. I love you. I love you. Oof, it is final season. Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. Wow, I've been out of college for such a long time that, listen, eventually you will get to the point that you will never have to think about finals again. So keep that in mind as you're persevering. But yeah, finals is rough. I don't know why professors are like, let's just make everybody suffer right now. Happy holidays. Let's just make everybody suffer right now. But I do kind of miss the grind of it all. I know you are like, bitch, that's fucking crazy because I'm crying every night. I was in your position too. But once you get out of it, you realize just how like powerful it does make you feel, because you can do anything. If you can get through final season, just simply getting through it and doing your best, you can do anything. You can achieve any of those hard goals you put out there. You can achieve any of those hard projects that people might give to you in the job field eventually. If you can do final season, you can do anything. And it's meant to be hard. It's not meant to be easy. You're meant to struggle. You're meant to fail a little bit. You're meant to be up for 8 hours studying. Unfortunately, that is just what it is. And I feel like the sooner you accept that, the easier of a time you'll have. The friends who are out there partying and doing whatever and not giving a fuck about finals, they're not going to succeed. They're not going to pass their classes. They're not going to do whatever. I was in a couple different positions where it was like, okay, I need to get a certain percentage on this exam or else I'm just simply not going to pass the class. I've also been in the position where it's like I could fail and I would still pass the class. Who cares? It doesn't matter where you are. I think you should always opt for just doing the best you can and trying to achieve as high as you possibly can. Finals is rough. It's not meant to be easy. It's gonna suck for a second, but then you get winter break, you come out of it, you feel more renewed in yourself, you feel stronger for standing beside yourself and putting hard work into yourself and putting hard work into the dedication of what you desire. You will ultimately come out on top a changed individual. Whether your grades are good or not, whether you do pass that test or not, you will have a renewed sense of self and a renewed sense of like trust in yourself by simply persevering through the hard times. Finals is not the season to be like, well, I could technically fail and I would still pass. Or, well, I'm failing, so I'm just not going to try. Bitch, get the fuck up. Put the hard work in. Study your little ass off. Get in there. Try the best you can. So then you have no regrets in the future. So when you do pass that thing, you do feel more renewed in yourself. Or if you do fail, at least you can be like, well, fuck it, I tried. But if you lay down and you don't do anything, you're going to feel so much worse about yourself. And you're going to feel like, damn, why didn't I try harder for myself? Why did I believe that I was not deserving of doing more, of trying harder? So yeah, I do believe finals is a little bit more about perseverance than it is about actual grades. Unfortunately, you're going to be in that library until 8 a.m. Unfortunately, you're going to be waking up super early to go study and missing out on maybe social aspects of your life to go study, to go focus on these things. You're going to feel like, yes, you are dedicating all of your time to school, but you're not alone. That is just a part of the process, and it is a part of what finals require from you. Now, I don't think you should stress yourself out too much. Once again, you can only do what you simply can do. There's only so many hours in the day. There's only so many times you can go through that Quizlet. There's only so many flashcards you can make. So, of course, do the best that you can so you have no regrets in the future. You can at least sit there and say, damn, I put some fucking work into it at least, you know? And I do think professors can see that, and they will notice that, especially in the times where I was failing. Once I started actually pausing and taking time to put work in, to try harder, to achieve more, they noticed that. And they did swing things in my favor. They did then want to help me out. They just want to see you try. So do the best that you can. Make sure you're eating food. You need food to remember things, to have your brain function normally, to have your body function normally. You need sleep, okay? I didn't realize how good sleep actually treated your brain until I wasn't sleeping, and then I wasn't remembering things. I was putting 12 hours of work into remembering things during the day, and then I wasn't sleeping, and the next day I was like, well, why the fuck don't I remember anything? It's because when you sleep, your body takes work to retain your thoughts. It takes time to really retain that information that you've learned. And if you don't give your body that rest period to really retain and understand, then you will not get anywhere. So please make sure you're eating. Please make sure you're sleeping. You're probably going to miss out on all the other routine things. Maybe the last one could be just make sure you're taking care of yourself in like a bodily autonomy way. Just shower at the very least. You don't have to put that makeup on. You don't have to put that cute outfit on. Just make sure you're doing the bare basics of staying sane and healthy. And that will help the most in retaining information and having power and drive and motivation to keep going out there and keep studying and keep practicing. You'll get through it though. It really does suck right now, but if you put in the time and effort and work in the future, you will feel so proud of yourself. You will feel like, damn, bitch, you really did that. I remember those 12-hour days, 15-hour days of me in the library, flashcard after flashcard. I mean, my flashcard piles for nursing school, bitch, they're like, memorize every single part of the human body it's going to be on your test. And you're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's physically impossible. Guess what? My ass was in there, 150 flashcards going over every single one constantly. During that time, did I want to? Yes, obviously. But coming out of it and being 4 or 5 years out of that and looking back and seeing how much I really pushed myself and how much I tried and just not giving up on myself, I know that if I can do that, I can really do anything I put my mind to, honestly. So don't give up on yourself. Never give up on yourself. When the going gets tough, it doesn't mean give up. It just means try harder, find a different path, find a different avenue, but keep holding your hand along the way. You got this, I promise.
Hi, Hannah. First of all, I just wanted to tell you that I love you and that I've been listening to your pod since you first started, so it's been a long time. And my question is, I'm on my second year of university and I've been really struggling because I feel like everything changed. My group of friends, the subjects are harder, and I have so many tests and things to do, and I feel like I don't have any motivation even to get up and go there because nothing is the same. I lost friendships, and I wanted your advice on what I could do to make me more motivated with all these changes. Thank you. Love you so much.
I love you. What I'm going to say sounds a little shocking, but From what I'm seeing in your life is it just sounds like you've leveled up. And leveling up can be so isolating and lonely sometimes because it does force you to leave what you knew in the past. Like you said, you have new classes and they're harder. You've lost friendships and you feel isolated. You just feel like you're in this new phase in life and you don't know what to do because it's a little bit overwhelming. And unfortunately, that is what kind of comes with leveling up. Sure, sometimes with leveling up, the universe can make it easy for you and make the process smooth. I feel like that is way rarer though in normal people's situations. I feel like usually leveling up can feel very difficult and trying and isolating because it's nothing like you've ever experienced before. But I don't want you to block your blessings. I don't want you to stand in the way of what is good for you. Sure, you might have lost friends, but the universe removed those people from your life because they knew they weren't good for you. They knew that it wasn't going to be a good situation for you, that they were going to hold you back. It's put you in harder classes because it knows that you can handle it. It knows that you can do the hard things, that you can achieve those things. You have to stand by yourself and believe in yourself. You have to overcome these obstacles, unfortunately. And it's not going to be easy. Nothing good ever comes easy, especially during final season. I'm sure you're going through that right now, and it feels like you can't catch a break. It feels like nothing is acting in your favor. I promise you it is. I promise you you've leveled up. I promise you you are in a new phase in life and good things are happening. They are coming for you. You just have to keep that openness and that awareness for yourself as well. Life is a roller coaster, all right? And it can be a little scary. You never know which way it's going to turn or twist or flip or whatever. Sometimes you just got to lock that seatbelt in and really throw your hands up and trust. Stand by yourself. Understand that you do deserve better. But yes, I don't think you are falling behind. In my opinion, the situation that you've telling me about, it doesn't sound like things aren't going good for you. It sounds like you've leveled up into a new area in your life and it is up to you whether you sink or swim. But remember, when you enter a new level in your life, when you enter a new season in your life, whatever it may be, it's going to feel new, and naturally your brain is going to feel a little bit of anxiety around that. It doesn't mean that things are going wrong. It doesn't mean you should actually be scared. It is a natural reflex of our minds. So remove that fear. Open your eyes. Look around you. Ask yourself, what blessings has the universe given me? You know, what new opportunities has it provided me that maybe I've overlooked? Try and find some positivity in your life and redirect that thought process a little bit. I promise you'll be able to find something. Make a gratitude list, 3 to 5 things of what you're appreciative of right now, what is inspiring you right now. 3 to 5 things that you're proud about, that you are thankful about yourself, you know, whether it's perseverance, trust in yourself, whatever it may be. Focus on those things, especially during this time. But I promise you, you've leveled up like no other, and things are going to go so good for you, I promise. Sometimes it means leaving past habits in the past, friendships in the past, ideas, thoughts, feelings in the past, but that doesn't mean that you won't create new ones in the future. Low-key really awkward, but is there a way I can naturally get more wet down there? Not awkward at all. Make sure you're hydrated. I know that seems stupid and silly, but like, if you are not hydrated, if you're dehydrated, your body is not going to be able to divert extra liquids, extra water to other places. Like if you have dry eyes, even, I'm like, just chug more water, and you need more water than you really think you need. I have like the 24-ounce Owala, and I try to drink at least 8 of those. I probably should be drinking more, but you need so much water in your life, way more than you could ever imagine. I feel like when I wasn't getting, as ushy-gushy down there, I was definitely dehydrated. I mean, other factors that we'll go over, but dehydration does play a big factor. Number 2, are you mentally there? Are you mentally there? Is there foreplay? Are they really wooing you and attempting to get you wet down there, both mentally and physically? I feel like with women, it is a big mental game, you know? Like, sure, you can touch up on me, and I, like, after a while, of course, I'm gonna get wet. But a lot of it, what gets me the wettest is just the mental game, the build up, the foreplay, making out for like 30 fucking minutes before you're even allowed to touch me. Like, I sometimes women are convinced that there's a problem with them if they're dry, but it's like if you go from one kiss to then them shoving their fingers inside of you in the span of 30 seconds, of course you're going to be dry. That's not your fucking fault. That's their fault for not taking time to actually work you up. It's the same way like with men, you know? I mean, women take time to make sure men are rock hard before we try to shove it inside us. I'm not going to shove like a gushy gummy worm inside me. Like, of course, I'm going to take time to get them hard enough. Why don't men take time to get us wet enough? Something to think about. So I don't necessarily think it's your fault. Ask yourself, like, in these situations, are they really working you up? Are they taking time to foreplay? Do you feel comfortable enough with them where then your body feels comfortable enough with them? Simple things that you can do on your own. Drinking enough water. Make sure you're vetting the person, that you're actually attracted to them, that you actually want to do these things with them. Also, with some birth controls, it does affect you hormonally, as well as I've noticed with antidepressants. I really could not get horny or wet on antidepressants. I mean, Lexapro really puts you at a neutral state, like a very solid neutral state. So feeling anything outside of that neutral state was really, really hard for me. So do understand that sometimes it's not your fault, that there are other factors involved, whether it's medication, hormone imbalances. Sometimes it really is outside of your control. And I'm not saying get off your mental health medication to make your pussy wetter. Like, that's fucked up. Please do not do that. But also, maybe buy some lube. Maybe buy a little lube and have a good time that way. My personal favorites, which, listen, I'm not a doctor, so don't come for me. I'm pretty sure also it deteriorates condoms, so don't use this with a condom, is coconut oil. I know, like, girl, what? Yes, coconut oil is a great lubricant. Also, it tastes good. I know. So, also, it's a great massage oil. So, sometimes you can just take coconut oil, start as like a massage, like, okay, you massage my back, I massage your back, and then you can just like be completely coconut oiled up, and then all of a sudden everything is wet and slippery. But yeah, invest in some lube, especially if there's other factors at play where it's like you just simply can't help it. I don't think there's anything wrong with you. I don't want women to ever believe that there's anything wrong with them. Inherently, there's nothing really wrong with you because you're perfect and I love you. But there are things that you can work around, absolutely. Also, please, for the love of God, do not have dry sex. Like, I don't need you being in pain. You might as well just buy some lube and have a good time that way. And if a man tries to have sex with you while you're not wet enough, tell him. Be like, no, I need you to get down there and eat it. I need some time before you shove it inside of me, because I don't need you having a rug burn. All right? You deserve better. Trying not to buy too many things, but it's hard. Real, especially during the holiday season and the post Black Friday, Cyber Monday, 40% off, buy one get 50%, whatever the fuck. Oh my god, it's so hard to not give into the consumerism. One big thing that I realized this year is that there were no good deals. You remember when you could get like a TV for $20 on Black Friday that was usually $400? That's why people were lined up outside of a Target for 24 hours beforehand, missing Thanksgiving meals with their family so they could stand outside of a Target. You don't see people doing that anymore because I think companies have learned that people are going to buy it anyway. People are going to buy it anyway. They don't give a fuck. Companies don't care about you. They say they care about you. Oh, for the holiday season, we're giving you a certain percent off. They don't care about you. You don't owe them anything. I don't care if you're like a cult follower of a brand. They don't know you. They don't care about you. They just want your money. And that's a big, like, capitalistic thing that I've been realizing recently. I mean, I've known it, of course. But one big thing that I've been realizing, especially with my frontal lobe developing and having adult money, is just like, I don't really want to spend it anymore. When I was younger, sure, the impulse buy, the random things, it felt good. The $150 thrift shop hauls where I was leaving with trash bags full of things, it felt good. But the older I get and the more responsible I become with my money, and the more I realize how much value your money has, especially to your future, I am like, shit, I don't want to spend money on anything. I don't want to spend money on anything. And my parents have always been very frugal. I mean, they're very well off now, but they were two teachers making not a lot of money. So they had to really learn the power of a dollar, learn the power that money has. And one of their big goals, especially with me, was just trying to get me to understand. And unfortunately, I didn't really learn that until this year, when I did have to start thinking about, okay, affording insurance every month, health insurance, dental, vision, car insurance, affording a phone plan, gas bill, electricity bill, rent, putting money into my 401k, investing into stocks, putting money into my Roth IRA. My money is held up elsewhere. So really buying an $80, $90, $100 shirt takes a lot out of me, which is why I really try to and price like my merch and stuff at a really good price where it is affordable to everybody. I'm not out here selling $80 fucking 100% polyester hoodies, because in my brain, that's fucking crazy. If I wouldn't spend my money on it, then I'm not going to try and convince you to do that either. That's why I don't do a lot of brand deals on here, or honestly any ads at all, because I see value in you and I see value in your money, and I think you should see that as well. Especially now where things are getting so expensive and these companies feel like they can take advantage of you and your situation, and that they almost have like a right to your money. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. Emma Chamberlain just came out with a new video where she was just purging her closet of all the different things that she didn't wear on a daily basis. And she was left with like 10 items. And I think that is so eye-opening to the whole clothing trends and, oh, but I need this new brand new thing. I need this. You really don't. If you're not going to use it at least like once a month, or you're not going to use it maybe weekly in your clothing rotation, then is it really worth it? And I think the older you get, the more important it is to ask yourself these things. Invest in things that are gonna last you like a year or a couple years. Invest in that high quality clothing that's going to then be passed down to your grandchildren. Invest in things that are genuinely going to bring you joy in your daily life, not in the hottest or latest items, but in things that genuinely spark joy on a daily, weekly basis. Not things that you're going to look at one time and be like, oh, that's cool, and then move on from. Genuinely ask yourself, how often am I going to use this? How often am I going to include this in my life? Let me tell you what I bought my boyfriend for Christmas, because I think the things that I'm buying this year are very different than the things that I'm buying last year. So I was really focused on what are things that he can use continuously, like throughout the year or even years to come. Because he's the kind of person who's like very basic, not really asking for the latest, hottest things. I'm more so buying those things for him. But like, what are things that he can genuinely use? If you're listening to this, click out. But what I've bought him so far is, first I bought him a brand new perfume or cologne, whatever, because his other one's running out. He does use it on a daily basis. It does bring him joy. He smells delicious. I love a cologne. Sure, it's a little bit pricier, but I mean, he had his last cologne since he was like 16. Are you kidding me? I love a good perfume. I love a good signature scent. It's something that I wear on a daily basis. I think a good, solid scent is a fantastic gift to buy somebody. Every time they use it, they're going to think about you. So I did buy him a brand new cologne. I bought him underwear. Like, basic things. Socks, underwear. They're things he uses on a daily basis. I also use his underwear sometimes. Listen, it's comfy. He needs new ones. It's something basic that maybe he's been thinking about. He just won't buy himself. And also, sure, you're like, underwear, that's not a good gift, but it's something genuine that that person needs in their life. Also, like pajama pants. He doesn't have any pajama pants that he wears at night. He usually just wears joggers. So I wanted to get him a good pair of like polo pajama pants that he can throw on every night that will keep him warm. And also, he's a polo fiend. Like, he'll love it. Me personally, for Christmas, I asked for a new pair of slippers. I run through my slippers like nobody's business. I always have slippers on, especially in the winter. My toes get so freaking cold, and I hate a sock. Okay, I have a little bit of like a texture issue. The seams in socks, me and socks, we just don't get along. I don't know. My brain doesn't work that way. So I wanted a new good pair of warm slippers, or like Birkenstock Bostons that I can constantly wear, constantly use. Those are a pair of shoes that I can use 10-15 years from now. My other Birkenstocks are literally from 6th grade, and I've been using them until now. Finally, like, the cork is like ripping up because I'm stupid and I was wearing it like in the river. Hello, girl, be smarter. But I wanted a good new pair of slippers that I can wear 5, 10, 15 years from now. I also asked for a Dutch oven, like a big 15-20 gallon good Dutch oven pot that I can cook with 10, 15, 20 years from now, because honestly, they're a great style of cooking utensil. I did ask for a like cast iron, and the cast iron pan that I was given that I use for all of my cooking videos is literally from the 1900s. My parents thrifted it for like $15. Okay, this has lasted from the 1900s until now. My 25-year-old ass is cooking with a 1900s cookware. That's how long it lasts. This is going to be something that I'm giving to my children years from now. I also love a good mug. I will say I did ask for like, there's like this one on eBay that I've been eyeing. It's like a vintage cat mug. It's so cute. I love anything with cats on it, as you can tell. So yeah, I love a good mug. Something that I'm going to use every single morning to put my coffee in, that will bring me joy, that ultimately will last until I, fingers crossed, hope I don't break it, but will eventually break it. Things like that, that is worth your money. Those are things that you should be investing in. Things that bring you daily joy that you can use years and years and years and years from now. Not the $7 Shein shirt that's 100% polyester that will probably cause you cancer in the long run, that you have to buy brand new every single month because it's going to break down in the washer because it's literally made out of plastic. You don't need those things. And yes, they seem more affordable, but in the long run, especially having gone through that, where it's like, well, I'll just buy the cheaper things because it's more available to me. It's easier for me to get. Obviously, I don't have the money to buy the $700 thing. Oh my God, don't buy the $700 thing. Even like the $70 thing, but I do have the money to buy the $7 thing. In the long run, I was spending more money over time buying the quote unquote Shein quality thing, the trendy thing, instead of just buying quality over quantity. Your money has value. Where you put your money has value. And I want you to see that, and I want you to realize that it is the best financial decision that you can make for yourself. Understanding that where you spend money does have power, it does have influence, and it does matter. Don't ever think I'm taking advantage of you, okay? I always put you guys first. I always want to make sure that you are making the smartest choices possible. I only rep things that I truly, truly love and enjoy and wear and use constantly, which isn't a lot, as you can tell. So, with the holidays coming, keep that in mind. Ask for things that are going to last you a lifetime. gift things that people are going to use years and years and years from now that they will think about you then as well. Sentimental gifts, experiences, like a cooking class or a little date night. I love that. A little coupon book. You know those coupon books you make your mom in elementary school where it's like, use this coupon and I'll wash the dishes. Use this coupon and I'll go mow the lawn. Making one of those for your significant other or your friend, that costs $0. But in the long run, in the sentimental value, it's priceless. So think about things like that. Your money has value. Your time has value. Utilize that to your advantage. Hi, Queen. What are you hoping to accomplish before the end of 2024? I would like to get my tattoo portfolio done and created. Oh my God, I have a month left, end of 2024. Oh my God, you guys, we only have a month left to 2024. Are you kidding? This year has flown by. Wow. It's been a good year. For me personally, it's been a really good learning year. I've accomplished a lot and I'm very proud of myself. We'll get into that at the end of the year episode. But by the end of the year, I want to finish my tattoo portfolio. I want to get a new YouTube video out for you guys. I believe it'll be just like a high and cleaning video. So if that's your jam, it should be out by the end of the year. Fingers crossed. And honestly, I think that's it. I've achieved a lot, so I don't have a lot of like residual goals that I still need to accomplish. Just little things such as like things that I more so want to do for you guys, and then a personal thing that I want to do career-wise for myself, which is finish my tattoo portfolio. I've been working on it. I'm just such a picky artist, and I really put my all into it. I don't ever want to put like a bullshit thing into my portfolio. I understand how intense portfolios kind of are and can be, and I want to live up to it. You know, I want to put my best foot forward. And also, yes, I miss making YouTube videos and I miss connecting that way with you guys. So I should have a new YouTube video coming out by the end of the month. Not a question, but I'm a French teacher and your pod gives me life. Many bowls to the face this year. Stay strong, Queen. Oh my gosh, teachers deserve the world, and I'm glad I can keep you sane throughout it because I know those kids are not easy to deal with. How do you know if you actually need to break up with your boyfriend versus just being in a rough patch? Ooh, this is hard, especially during Mercury retrograde where, you know, the clarity is not there, but I'm sure you're feeling one way or the other. Me and my boyfriend have been through rough patches. Now, it's not like rough where we're at the brink where we're talking about breaking up. Nothing like that has ever happened. But we've definitely hit patches where it's like we can both feel like we're off, or maybe we're a little too preconceived with ourselves at the moment. And I think that's normal in any relationship. Every single relationship will have that point. And I think how you deal with it really says more about if you should break or break up than not. So when you hit a rough patch, I feel like either you two see each other and that rough patch and you both are like, okay, we got to get our shit together. I want to do better for this person. I want to show up for this person. I want to be there for this person. So let me be on my best behavior. Let me try and bring that spark back. Let me, you know, try and make the situation better without placing blame or pointing fingers. Like, let me just do better. But it takes two people to do that. So I feel like when you hit a rough patch and you both are like, okay, let's get this shit together, I think that means that you're in a normal, healthy relationship and it's probably going to succeed because you both want it to succeed. Now, when I think you hit a rough patch and you both are like throwing your hands in the air, giving up, imploding the relationship, it's just getting worse and worse and worse, then yeah, it's probably time to break up. There's only so much you can do as well. I know like maybe you might really want the relationship to last, like you're putting in effort, but like if your partner's not putting in effort and they don't give a fuck and they see the rough patch and they're like, well, you need to fix it, I also think that's maybe a sign to break up. It takes two people. It takes two players. All the pressure can't be put on one person. I mean, unless one person like really fucks up, then sure. But ultimately, in the rough patches where it hits that break or breakup point, it takes two people to realize the situation you're in and want to do better. So ask yourself, are we both kind of giving up? Or am I putting in more effort than he is? Are we both kind of just like not feeling it? Do I even want to fix things? Do I want things to get better? Do I just want freedom? any of those things that you're feeling, yeah, I think it's worth like a conversation about breaking up. But if you both are like, okay, you know what, it's just been off, let's try and fix it. Let's try and get back together. Let's try and make things better. We both want it. We're both showing up as our best selves. You're both addressing what needs to be addressed and moving forward. Then I think it's just, a rock in the road. And it can be fixed. It can be solved. You can't get over it. Rule of thumb, though, is if you're crying like once a week in your relationship, it's not a healthy relationship. That's not okay. If your boyfriend is making you cry once a week and you're like, oh, I cry more than that. Once a week's not a lot. Yeah, babe, run for your life. Have you ever been made fun of for doing social media? Oh, yeah, definitely. Honestly, no one in my life takes what I do seriously. No one gives a fuck what I do. No one cares. Like in my personal life, no one cares about what I do online. And honestly, I think everybody probably thinks it's lame. Other than my boyfriend, like he thinks it's cool. He sees value in it, but that's because he sees value in me. But everybody else in my life, they don't give a fuck. They don't see social media as like a real job. They don't see it as like, I don't know, maybe anything good. But also, I genuinely don't care. And it's not like people in my life are like my friends or anything are putting me down or making fun of me for it. I'm sure like old people I went to high school with when I first started posting thought I was stupid. I'm sure I have like ops somewhere in the corner of the internet that hates on everything I do. But also like, do I care? No. No, I really don't give a fuck, honestly. Because I know in my heart what I'm doing brings me joy, brings me passion, that I truly am making a change in people's life, that I'm providing a sense of just like security and hope and inspiration every single week. And honestly, that's really all I need. As long as you guys are receiving me well, and I am able to implement positivity in your life, then I don't give a fuck what anybody else is doing. Ever since I was a little girl, I've always struggled with like mental illness and feeling like I was out of place and not feeling like I was a whole human being because I couldn't behave or act or feel these certain ways that society wanted me to feel or needed me to feel. And as soon as I learned to just like give that shit up and stop trying to impress people or stop worrying about what other people thought about me, I became such a free person and so much more confident and self-aware of who I am. So no, I don't really give a fuck. I'm sure there's people out there who make fun of me. And yeah, like I said, my friends and family don't really care about what I do, but also like it is what it is. They'll support me no matter what, always, but genuinely, I get on here and I do this for you guys every single week. So as long as you guys are finding inspiration and taking positivity from this, then I'm doing my job correctly.
Hi, Hannah. I am feeling quite lonely. I am experiencing singleness for the first time since I was 19. I'm 25 now. And I'm also feeling pretty out of sync with the rest of my friends. It seems like they have other priorities that they're working on, or I just think we're kind of in different phases of our lives with my friends, and the loneliness is getting crippling. Any advice? Thank you and love
you. Ooh, okay, this is a big one. Not being single from 19 to 25, you have probably changed completely and exponentially to the point where it's like, as soon as you're single, you're kind of reverting back to your 19-year-old self because that's the last time you remember yourself being single. And that can feel weird. It can feel a little unnerving, the way like pants don't fit you anymore. It feels too tight, constricting, and you don't know what to do. What I can tell you now is the universe has opened itself up. And with new things, with openness, with vastness, it's like walking into a brand new room and feeling like you're the only person there. And that can feel very isolating. It does not mean that anything bad is happening, that you are on the wrong path, that you are in any sort of wrong area in your life, but the isolation is very real. It's very raw. And I'm here to tell you this is a normal feeling. All right. I think during this time, isolation can really transform you into a fantastic, amazing person, though. Through periods of isolation in my life, I have really transformed in a way that certain friendships or areas of my life or relationships didn't allow me to grow or change in that. What really allowed me to blossom in that isolation, though, was just accepting the area and the point that I was in, accepting the past for what it was, the situation that I have been through for what it was, and taking up that room as if I fucking owned it. All right? Making that isolation room my new home. Walking the perimeters, taking in the space, accepting the room for what it was, accepting who I am in this moment for who it is, but also thinking about how I can change it and how I can develop and who I want to grow into now. You're in a point where it's like, all right, who I was in the past, it's not going to work out. That girl in that relationship, where I was, what I thought was going to happen, it's not going to work. It's not an option anymore. Grieve it for a second. Take time to mourn that, to be like, shit, what I wanted didn't work out. That does not mean what you want in the future won't work out. We just gotta have new hopes, new dreams, new aspirations. This also involves kind of learning who you are outside of a relationship, when you break up after a long-term relationship, you do have a habit of reverting back to who you were at the beginning of that relationship, the last time you were single, but you're not that 19-year-old girl anymore. You're 25, you're a woman, you have so much probably love and care for yourself, you have so much aspiration, and I don't want you to give up on that side of yourself. Just because you're outside of a relationship now, maybe you don't have that person to fall back on anymore, doesn't mean you lost yourself in the process, all right? Let's set some goals. Let's set some dreams. Ask yourself, who the fuck do I want to be in this season of my life? We are the narrators of our own life. And at this point, in this new season, you have the option to turn your character into whoever you want to become, into whatever version of yourself that you want to become. You have the choice. You write the narrative. So get detailed, okay? This is a great idea for the winter arc. I kind of uploaded some more winter arc journal prompts on the Patreon, but I'll share them with you guys. One major tool, especially if you're feeling isolated during this time or you want to grow or you don't know where to grow, pause, stop, sit down, grab a piece of paper or maybe your notes app and listen carefully. Ask yourself, where do I want to be in the spring? Who do I want to be in the spring? Where is she living? What does her situation look like? What does her daily routine look like? How does she take care of herself? How does she present herself? What kind of hobbies does she have? How does she include her friends in her daily life? What does her dating habits look like? What are her goals, her dreams, her aspirations? I feel like this is also a great manifestation tool, and it doesn't have to necessarily be the spring. That's just the whole winter arc mindset, but it could be a year from now, 5 years from now, if you maybe need more of a long-term goal. This is my favorite manifestation tool because it forces you to dream and create some ideas for yourself, and it gives you a plan to stick to. Real life things that you can start incorporating in your daily life to slowly become that dream version of yourself. It's exciting. It doesn't have to be so scary. Newness is going to be scary no matter what, but I think you shouldn't allow the fear to overcome the excitement that you might feel in this moment. So get in that journal, manifest, dream, create your new reality, understand the perimeters of your new room, walk every single space in that quote unquote new room, new setting, new season of your life, understand it fully, and allow yourself to grow and develop. You're deserving of it, sort of way. How did you get more involved in the cannabis world and combine cooking into it? Do you guys want to know the smoke sesh lore? I don't know if I've really talked much about the smoke sesh lore. I mean, I've given bits and pieces, but I guess I'll talk about where I started and how I got to where I am now, which is honestly like the amount of growth. I'm very proud of myself. I've had peaks and I've had lows, and I'm definitely in a peak moment at this point in time. I don't think it's the highest I'll ever peak, but it is a great one nonetheless. I've gotten a lot of recognition recently, and there's a ton of new viewers, especially on YouTube and Spotify, so I'm so happy to have you here. So let's go over about how I became Smoke Sash. So When I was 15, I had an Instagram, of course, but I felt like I couldn't be myself. So at the time, everybody had a Finsta. Do you remember Finstas? Of course. And my Finsta name was Smoke Sesh. I mean, it wasn't perfectly Smoke Sesh, but it was Smoke Sesh nonetheless. You know, I was a stoner girly in high school. Of course, I had to come up with something cutesy and fun. And damn, I was just elevating at a higher level to come up with that name because I love it. Smoke Sesh, like how cute. And of course, I would get on there and I'd rant and I'd rave and, you know, talk about my depression or whatever. That was like my safe space on the internet. And of course, me and my friends, we all had one. So it was fun to kind of have that small group and interact. So I started on my Finsta. I didn't really gain any recognition on my Finsta. It really was just like friends, and that's about it. And it was private, so I wasn't really interested in connecting outside of anybody else. But I posted on there up until about COVID. COVID hit, and I lost my job because obviously I was working in the service industry and we couldn't continue doing that with how COVID was going. And I felt like I lost a community. I lost my interactions. I was very much a social butterfly at that time, so I did want to continuously connect and communicate with people. So I downloaded TikTok at that point in time. At the beginning of COVID, I feel like TikTok was a like embarrassing app to have or download on. It was like having Vine in the original era and posting on Vine. Like, oh my God, can you believe she's posting on Vine? Like, that's so embarrassing. Oh my God, can you believe she's posting on TikTok? That's so embarrassing. But after like my first video, I was like, oh my gosh, there's a brand new audience out there and I can reach so many people. Like, fuck it, let's keep posting. During that time, I was probably getting like 6 likes here and there. Like, I had no numbers, no stats, maybe a couple hundred followers of just like random people who had saw me on TikTok, and I was constantly talking with them, communicating just about my day or whatever was on my mind, nothing serious. I would go live pretty often and just chit chat with a couple people here and there. I wasn't really looking for, the whole point of this all is I wasn't really looking for notoriety or any sort of recognition. I've always just wanted to reach out to people and create that like community, that sense of community. But I first started getting like numbers, and the OGs will remember this if you followed me on TikTok way back. But when I first met my boyfriend, whenever we would hang out, he would send me home with pans of edibles, like sheets of edibles. And so I would eat these edibles, get so insanely high, and then I would make high and eating videos where it was like me just blazed as hell eating like a tortilla with butter and cinnamon sugar on it, like the craziest things, and then rating it, eating a handful of croutons and rating it. And that's the first thing that maybe got me a little bit of likes and views and things like that. I kind of outgrew that, and then I started making inspirational videos and just like fun little hangout content with like inspirational quotes. That's when I really started popping off, and then I think I grew to like 500,000 followers on TikTok. And then I felt like I had pushed myself into such a niche corner that I didn't feel like I could creatively be myself. So I completely gave up on that account. I don't know why. I still have it. Maybe I'll start posting there eventually. But I kind of felt like I was stuck in a corner. And when I feel that way, I don't have that creative energy, creative flow anymore. So I stopped posting for a second, except for just on my Instagram. And then I felt like, you know what? I need to reach a different corner. I need to reach a new creative avenue. And then I created the podcast. And luckily, my gorgeous girlies who have been listening for years now, who did follow me on TikTok, so many of you guys followed me over this podcast. And it didn't really start big, you know. I just wanted to start in general. I wanted to feel it out. And now I've been doing it for 3 years. Then this year, actually like a couple months ago, probably in like June or May, I started back at my roots, which was being high and cooking. And I've loved it so much. I mean, it's something that I've always done. Even when I was younger, I was always cooking dinners for my family, you know, making baked goods and pies and different things. I was always cooking constantly. I mean, the first video that I ever made, even on Vine when I was like 12, was me making crepes. I wasn't high at the time. I was too young. But I was thinking about that the other night, and it's like, that's so adorable, where it's like, no matter what avenue I follow and where I go, I have always followed the same kind of passion, which is just creating outreach, community building, mental health awareness, and food. Because what's better than that? Are you kidding me? Who doesn't love food? Who doesn't love eating? Who doesn't love a good meal? It brings so much warmth and happiness to your heart. And in my opinion, who doesn't love that in combination with a little bit of smoke? Am I right, ladies? But yeah, the Smoke Sesh name has followed me ever since. I used it from my Finsta to create my TikTok. I've used that TikTok name to then create this podcast, which is Smoke Sesh. I feel like it perfectly encapsulates just what it's like to be with a small group of friends in someone's basement somewhere, smoking a little bit of weed and maybe talking about our insecurities, feeling like we can be more open, feeling like this is a space that we can honestly and real communicate with each other and become a little bit more vulnerable and hopefully grow from those conversations. It's fun. It's beautiful. And I'm so happy that I've created this and been able to share it with you guys and that you've received it so well. I'm sure I'll travel on so many different other creative ventures. I want to get back into the inspirational video game. I do miss that a lot. I miss just like the outreach of it all. Yeah. I think where I'll transfer next, or like I said, what I've been finding my creative inspiration to be is YouTube videos. I want to make more long form content. Of course, I will always do this podcast. I will never give up on it. I have so much fun with you guys every Tuesday. Even when I'm sick with COVID, I'm still here having such a good fucking time with you guys. Genuinely, it does bring me so much joy. Like, I'm not just saying that. But yeah, I want to share more of my life with you guys. I want to share my tips, my tricks with you guys. I want to do a high-end cleaning video. I want to do more long-form cooking and smoking content. I want to take you on trips with me. I want to share my life with you guys. And in my opinion, I love long-form content. It's something that I've been really into recently. I haven't really been into the short form content as much this year, and it's something that I want to challenge myself creatively to do. So hopefully I'll be able to share that more with you guys. But cheers to a long journey of Smoke Sesh. It has been so fun and so fulfilling, and you guys have been here since the beginning. There's some of you guys who it's like, I have seen your name pop up for like 5 years now, and that is crazy that we have spent this much time together. Whether you've been here for 5 years, 1 week, 1 day, I'm so thankful to have you here and genuinely so appreciative of what you provide to this community, because I wouldn't be here without you guys. Other podcast hosts have celebrities on their channels, local TikTokers, whoever's the new hottest person. I don't give a fuck about that. Here on Smoke Sesh, I'm in my chair, and in my opinion, you guys are sitting right across from me. I'm interviewing you guys. It's input from you guys that really makes this podcast, because honestly, no offense, who cares about the celebrities? I want to hear from you guys. I want to know what's on your mind. But yeah, it's been such a good time, and I'm so happy to be here with you guys every week. Anyways, with that being said, the fever medication is wearing off. I'm getting a little loopy. I really apologize if this episode is shorter than usual, but my brain is shutting down, and so is my body, so I really apologize. If you want to buy a Diva t-shirt, a Got Weed t-shirt, or a new mug, they are now all available at smokeseshshoddy.com. The link will be in my Instagram bio if you're interested. If you don't know what they look like, go check out my Instagram at Hannah Marlene. I'll be making a post about those. And yeah, if you want to join the Patreon as well, I'll be doing a giveaway to my Patreon members. I love you all so much. I'll also be doing a little bit of an extra long episode this Thursday to apologize for missing last for Thursday. Honestly, I don't think I would have been able to give real advice. It would have been a hot fucking mess. So you didn't miss out on much. I did respond to all of those questions individually in text format. But I upload Monday manifestations, weekly journal prompts, spiritual ideas, and things that you can include in your daily life if you want to get closer to that. And I do answer every single question every single week, whether on video or for the first time ever in text format. But I love you all so much. Please take care of yourself during this time. Please stand strong by yourself during this time, and take time to dream, to hope, to think towards the spring, and ask yourself, where do I want to go? You can do anything you set your mind to. All you have to do is stand strong by yourself and believe in yourself. But take care of yourself. Drink your water, take your medicine, eat a good meal, I'm gonna go make a pack of Velveeta shells and cheese after this, and it's gonna hit so good. I literally cannot fucking wait. But I love you all so much. Stay sane, stay sexy, and I'll see you all so soon. Mwah!